So great to see you.
Great to see you.
And yesterday was your birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I watch you, I want to say, I've watched you all day today. I watched you, right?
So the deal is I started at 6 a.m. on Morning Joe, went till 10 a.m.
Yep.
Then I went across the street, co-hosted with Hoda for hour 5.
Yes.
And now I'm here tonight shutting it down.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah. All day long. This guy he's a workhorse. Come on, NBC.
So, basically, the deal is, and you may not know this, there's a key under the mat right on 50th Street.
See,
I open up in the morning.
And you're gonna lock up tonight.
And then tonight I'll sweep up, put the stools back on the bar, and when you're done, we'll all go home.
I've always wanted to do that, but you actually just did it. I mean, I watch you at Morning Joe every morning. You're fantastic. The whole crew over there is great.
Man.
But then Today's Show, Today's Show has been on, I keep saying this, 70-year anniversary. 70 years.
70 years.
That's
70 years.
That's
I know.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
A great team over there as well.
I've been there 10 years. 10
Yeah.
years, which is an amazing thing. You probably have this a little bit too, where you grew up watching SNL or Johnny Carson,
Yep.
and you can't believe you're sitting in this seat.
Yeah.
And I had a little of that in the Today Show. It's like you're a kid, and then at some point in your life, you step through the television, and you're the one on the other side of it hosting the Today Show. It's a wild thing.
Yeah, you do a great job. I want to ask you about something because I saw you do recently. You ran the marathon.
Yes.
This was a major deal. Dude, you were great. Are you a runner?
I'm not a runner at all. Matter of fact, I was like, the turkey trot at Thanksgiving was as far as I would go, like that 5K or the 1 mile even. But during COVID, needed a little purpose, right? You want to do something. And I decided to run for the Michael J. Fox Foundation.
That's my guy. Do you have any...
My dad has had Parkinson's disease for about 30 years, unfortunately. So I'm on the board of the Michael J. Fox Foundation. I said, let's go raise some money and see what we can do. And I set out and I trained for months and months and months. And I ran it under 4 hours and raised about $500,000 for research.
$500,000. Good for you.
Yeah.
You know, I loved about this is that I saw a story on you running this, and I can't even imagine running 3 blocks. But I know that you wrote "Dad" on your arm.
Yeah.
For any time that you're like, I gotta quit. This is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, 26 miles, especially if you're not a runner, is no joke. And there are points they tell you about the walls you're gonna hit, and those are very real. So you hit like 16 miles in the Bronx. You say, I can't do 10 more miles or 20 miles. I can't do 4 more miles. So you look down and you remember why you're doing it. And if it's not gonna save your dad, it might save the next generation, find a cure and give money to research. So that was pure motivation, was my dad swept me across the finish line without question.
Yeah, that was great, buddy. That was pretty cool. I like that you had that. You said the toughest, one of the toughest parts is it Fifth Avenue?
Fifth Avenue, yep.
Because
people don't realize when you're in a taxi, Fifth Avenue feels real flat.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's not flat.
It's uphill.
It's uphill.
It is uphill. And I was running uphill, I guess that's mile 24, something like that.
Woo.
And you're really like, you've hit the wall, totally. Like, I don't think I can even get into the park.
Yep.
And I had this amazing moment where I looked up and Michael J. Fox was standing outside his apartment building on Fifth Avenue. He came out, he had his cane, he was in his leather jacket, and I needed it, and I broke into a sprint and went over and gave him a big, sweaty hug. And truly, that made
and then you said
took
the
me
rest.
Home. It took me home. Yeah.
Yeah. We have a video of Michael J. Fox giving you a hug mid-race. Take a look at this right here.
That's it, Willie!
That was a tear, by the way. That was a tear. I was wiping away a tear.
That wasn't sweat, no.
No, that was a tear, and he just means so much to so many people. To our family, he's been an inspiration to 1 million people in this country who have Parkinson's disease. He's the guy. He's the reason you keep going because he's kept going, and so that was a huge moment.
He's a legend, yeah. We love Michael J. Fox. Here's you crossing the finish line, and I go, man, you look great, and I mean, seriously, you look fantastic. And you told me, you go, yeah, thank you, because I showed you the photo. I go, we're gonna talk about this. You go, yeah, it actually isn't me crossing the finish line. And I go, that's interesting, because it is.
If you look closely, so the clock says 4:10. My time was 3:58. I want that on the record. That should not be the photograph of record.
You were you were under 4 hours.
I was under 4, so here's what happened. I finished under 4. I couldn't believe, like, 4 was a lofty goal, and I did it. I'm sitting back in the tent after the race, and this guy comes up and he says, "Oh, Mr. Geist, I'm cramped up. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Do you mind coming back out to the finish line?" I said, "I do, actually. I can't move." And he said, we need you to reenact the finish. And I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, I'm going to be real honest with you. Chelsea Clinton was crossing right about when you were. Former President Clinton, former Secretary of State Clinton were waiting at the finish line. All of our cameras were on that, and no one took your picture." Yeah. No one took your picture. So I limped back out.
Oh my God!
Like a salmon going upstream.
Yes.
While everyone's finishing.
This is whoever ran 2 marathons at once.
And
Willie Geist, the first man ever to run 2 marathons in one day.
And they're like, "Keep going, back farther." And the announcer, he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, look who's back." I'm like, "Oh no!"
You're like, oh my God, it's a disaster.
So I crossed it again, and that's the photo I have framed with the wrong time.
Yeah,
but
perfect.
shout out to Chelsea Clinton.
That's
She did
good.
great.
Yeah, I love you did it twice. Hey, you know, I love you on Sunday Today as well, because I get to see more Willie Geist. And you do some good long-form interviews on there.
Yeah, it's fun. You've been on the show
I loved
for one
it.
of your many #1 best-selling
I want
children's
to come
books.
back.
Come back for the next one.
Anything, bud.
A couple weeks ago, we had Sienna Miller on, who we love. Sienna Miller's great.
She's just an unbelievable actor.
And so
just...
cool and smart and funny. And we were doing it in the restaurant of a hotel, the interview. It was just the two of us, all these cameras and the lights like this. And there was a convention at the hotel. So groups were coming down with their lanyards on, and they'd walk into this interview and they go, "Excuse us, is this the breakfast?" And we're like, no, there are 7 cameras and studio lighting and Sienna Miller.
Yeah.
Like, we're sorry. And then like 2 minutes later, "Hi, is this the breakfast?" It would be like if someone walked in here and was like, "Is this the Rainbow Room?"
Yeah, no,
And you'd be
we're
like,
in the
"No,
Tonight Show. This is the Tonight Show, yeah.
Jimmy,
You're always
great
the
to
best.
see you, brother.
Willie Geist.
Thank you.
Willie Geist, Sunday Today with Willie Geist airs every Sunday at 8 a.m. on NBC.
Hey, hey.